Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Excuse the lighting. It is getting light. It's very light actually. Is this better lighting? I don't know. Does it look better? I think so. So anyway, today I want to make a couple of videos which are to do with traveling. And specifically solo traveling when you're going places on your own. I have a ton of experience with this. I've visited maybe like 40 countries now. Well, maybe not 40, I don't know. I need to count them, but there's heaps. And I've been in Europe, and I've been in Asia, and I've been in America, and I've just, yeah, lots of different places. Basically, anyway, I love traveling, and it is part of my name, and it's funny how I don't really, well, it's not even funny. I should talk about it more, and I should make more traveling videos. So today I want to make a video about my very first solo trip, the very first trip that I did on my own. And I was inspired by my lovely friend Meg, who is heading to Thailand to the festival tomorrow morning. And this is her first overseas trip. And she called me up maybe like an hour ago, and she was all anxious and worried and all that stuff, all the nerves. And this is her very first overseas trip. It's her very first trip on her own, and I can definitely relate to this. And last year I actually realized that I've had like an anniversary of the first time I've ever went, like it was a 4 or 5 year anniversary, the first time I ever went overseas by myself. And okay, I'll just start to tell you the story. So my first trip overseas was to Canada and to New York. So it was to States, well, yeah, to North America. And I've never traveled on my own. I've been overseas to a few different places, and I obviously came from Russia, so I've been on a plane before, but I've never been on my own traveling. And it was all fun and dandy when I booked my tickets, and it was just like, oh, let's just like make it happen. In fact, it's a whole other story on the whole how I actually freaking decided to go and do it. But anyway, I was sitting one time, and I was still at uni at the time, and I was just like, nah, let's just do it. So I went off and I spent my savings and I bought these tickets to Canada and then to New York and stuff like that. Yeah. So the closer the time gotten to when I was supposed to go, I was starting to get more and more nervous because I've never been overseas by myself. And on the actual, like the night before, the morning and stuff, I was shaking. I was so scared. Like I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And it was like even an English-speaking country. Like it's ridiculous to be scared of something like that. But I was terrified, man. I've never been on such a long journey and on my own, and it was scary for me. It was scary at the time. And I had two of my friends, Snake and Alistair. I don't know, shout out if they watch my video or not, like this video or not. I don't know if they watch my videos, but anyway, they're incredible, and they were dropping me off at the airport that morning, and it was all good. They basically told me, just do it. They like almost had to physically push me not onto the plane, but into that where you go and get your documents stuff, and into the departures lounge, basically. And they were just like, look, what's the worst that can happen? Like, in reality, the only thing's gonna happen is that you're gonna go overseas, you're gonna see a whole lot of new stuff, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be awesome. When you come back, you're gonna have all this incredible adventure you have done, and you'll tell everyone about it, and you'll be super excited, and it'll be good. Basically, they had to push me onto this, like, into the departures lounge and give me that some sort of reassurance. And the thing is, with the technology we have these days, any time of the day, basically, you can just call somebody on the phone or like on Facebook or Skype or whatever if you're feeling lonely when you're overseas. So it's not actually that scary. You can always have a piece of home. You can always talk to someone from home. So anyway, basically, I went overseas and I had the most incredible, funnest time. I went to Ottawa. I went to Toronto, I went to Quebec and Montreal, and I also went to New York and flown, like I kind of had a stopover in Detroit. I also went to Niagara Falls, I saw that. And it was so much fun. I had the most brilliant time. And even on that trip, I have all sorts of like funny things have happened, right? Especially female traveling by herself. So I have a bit of an experience, I guess, in many different areas. I'll do another video on that perhaps, and I'll do a video on the solo traveling tips and stuff as well. So basically, after that, after I got back, yeah, it was incredible. It was amazing. I've had so much fun. I felt like I was in a real life adventure, and I've never done anything like that before. So that trip gave me so much confidence. It made me feel empowered. It made me feel like I can take on the world almost, right? And it was just incredible, really. And it does give you confidence traveling on your own, and you learn so much about yourself. And it's crazy to think about it now that it's been so many years before that over the last 2 years, I've learned a ton about myself, really. So at that time, I'm like, oh, what did I really learn? But at that time, compared to before and after the trip, like, I've learned so much, and I felt like I've really like pushed myself outside of the comfort zone. And see, that's the thing. Like, life is an adventure, and you gotta push yourself every single day a little bit further outside of the comfort zone, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, slightly uncomfortable. Because otherwise you're just gonna end up being bored and, yeah, not really knowing what's going on in life. Or wishing something else was going on in life. You can't let your fear of going into the unknown stop you from doing what you really, really want to do. And for me, at that point in time, it was traveling. And the incredible thing is, if I didn't fight that fear, if I didn't go on that trip and force myself go outside of my comfort zone, I would have never realized that I have a true passion for traveling, that I absolutely love the adventure, the new countries, new cultures, just amazing scenery, and just kind of being lost in the world, but at the same time not being lost. You are kind of lost, but that's like, it's incredible, because when you go to a new place, you can be anyone you want to be. You can rediscover yourself, you can redesign yourself, and you can really be honest with yourself, who you really are and what it really is that you want. Because especially when you travel on your own, you can do anything you want. Like, by yourself, you're always by yourself, right? So you can just like go to that place or that place, go to that attraction, or just go sit in a park and meditate looking at water. Just like, seriously, and you learn so much about yourself. So, not to make this video crazy long, don't be afraid to go traveling on your own. Seriously, it is like one of the best things I've ever done. And it is one of the best things that have helped me see the world and understand how different it is, really, and how the same in some ways it is too. You just really like learn to value what you have where you are. You learn to value also maybe the friendships and relationships you have with your friends or family. You value yourself, and you kind of learn and understand that you can actually do anything. Like, it just gave me so much confidence. And every time I go traveling on my own, it's just an incredible adventure. And the thing is, every time I go overseas and I travel, I come back slightly changed person. For the better, for the best, always improving. So definitely don't be afraid, look your fears in the eyes and get comfortable with being slightly uncomfortable.